So we're going through exercise 5b, and in this video I'm going to be answering question 2c, which says state the domain and range for the relations represented by each of the following graphs. So here in C we have this graph before us and we need to figure out the domain and range. Now immediately upon looking at this graph there's one thing I want to add, and that is arrows. I want to put an arrow here and I want to put an arrow here because this is going to tell me that this graph is going on for infinity, and that's really going to impact my domain and range. Because although at the moment, if we were to look at my vertical line, which is going to help us determine the domain, at the moment it looks like it's not touching my graph. But these arrows tell me that in fact it is, because I know that this graph extends, it extends off the page, it keeps on going. And so too over here, it keeps on going forever. So that means that yes, this line is always going to touch the graph. For every x value, this line is going to touch the graph. So all x values are going to be my domain. And I can represent that a few different ways. I could say, using the notations that I've been using previously, that that's negative infinity to infinity. Or the way that I prefer to do it, because I get to write something fancy, is to say it's all real numbers. And I put this fancy R right here. When it comes time to do my range now, remembering my range is all the possible sets of y, I'm going to use this horizontal line. And as you can see here, I'm not touching it at the moment. And right here is the first time I touch it. So my very first y value is going to be -1. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to say -1. But then what is my last y value? Well, as you can see, I'm going up and up and up and up, and I'm always going to touch the graph. So therefore, I'm going to say that my range begins at -1 and it goes on for infinity. So there are your two answers to question 2c. Hopefully this has been useful to you.